All right, shalom. Shalom. I believe the brother already did this word, but it's resonating for a reason. Growth, which is the Hebrew word tazamah. It means to flourish, increase, develop, get bigger. I got a couple of quotes where I grab my 2 precepts. One quote is, one can choose to go back towards safety or forward towards growth. Growth must be chosen again and again. Fear must be overcome again and again. Next quote, if there is no struggle, there is no progress. Be not afraid of growing slowly. Be afraid only of standing still. So let me get 2 Peter 3 verse 18. Let me get Colossians 1 verse 9 to 11.
Book of 2 Peter, chapter 3, verse 18. But grow in grace.
Grow in grace, increase, develop. Because we got to take the grace period seriously. You know, because we see how Jake conducts himself in the truth. He gravitates the stuff into the world and the truth, but he's not being serious about it. You know, like the beloved Elder Apostle Gabar always states and says, Jake don't know what he's involved in, man. Didn't count the cost. Continue.
And in the knowledge of our Lord and Savior, Yahawashi.
In the knowledge of Yahawashi HaMashiach, man. Because Yahawashi set us up to do a job, man. And he also said, roughly paraphrasing, greater works these shall do. Roughly paraphrasing that. So we literally are being in the same steed as Yahawashi. You know, a walking Bible, man, the word. You know, mastering our craft. This is our true call and our true job.
To him be glory both now and forever. Amen.
Next one.
Colossians chapter 1, verse 9. For this cause, we also, since the day we heard it, do not cease to pray for you, and to desire that ye might be filled with the knowledge of his will and all wisdom.
Salaki, that's something that we do amongst the body. You know, we pray for one another. I know I pray for all you brothers every day with my prayers, man. You know, going for my anointings, I ask for stuff for you brothers, you know what I mean? For us to, you know, grow, prosper, you know, stay strong in the truth, get more edification. Continue.
And to desire that ye might be filled with all knowledge of his will and all wisdom and spiritual understanding.
So what did the Lord say? He reveals his secrets to his prophets, man. And the more we grow, the more things will be revealed to us. But it also comes with what? Humility. You know, being sincere. Staying in subjection to the Lord, man. Staying fearful towards the Lord. Continue.
That ye might walk worthy of the Lord unto...
Walk worthy. So the experience comes with what? The growth. To appreciate what the Lord has given us, man. Because a lot of these jakes don't take this seriously, man. They don't know what what this is about. Truly. Continue.
That ye might walk worthy of the Lord unto all pleasing, being fruitful in every good work.
Fruitful in every good work. So we're put up to teach the church to feed the flock, man. You know, they seek learning, they seek edification, they seek comfort from the word, they seek things to be revealed to them, you know. What?
And increasing in the knowledge of Yahweh Baal Shem Yahushai.
Growth. To increase. That's in the definition. Growth. Increase, man. That's something that we get. Continue.
Strengthened with all might, according to his glorious power, unto all patience and long suffering with joyfulness.
Patience. Going into suffering. And that's something that we have to have in growth, is the patience. And that's something that I have to learn myself too more, is patience. And that's something that I, you know, keep on applying every day, man, with, you know, other things too, but patience is very important. That was it?
Yeah.
All right, so I don't want to I was edifying.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 115, starting off at verse 13. He will bless them that fear the Lord, both small and great. The Lord shall increase you more and more, you and your children. Ye are blessed of Yahweh by Hashem Yahawashi, which made heaven and earth. Kol Holayim La, Abanawa Yahweh Bahashem Yahawashi Bahashem Rakak Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the Akim out there on the highways and the byways. Salutations to the hopeful elect. Salutations to you speckled birds, you Israelite foreigners. And shalom to the Akwaf, sitting and listening in silence as the scriptures say to do so. Psalms 115, starting off at verse 13. He will bless them that fear the Lord, both small and great. The Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, shall increase you more and more, and you and your children. Ye are blessed of the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, which made heaven and earth. And it just shows from one precept that the increase, the development, comes from and by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi. So Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi blesses those that fear him, those that diligently seek him, those that inquire daily and are in complete obedience to the Lord, man. Okay, and this is the word of the week which I had, which is grow or growth, which I believe is very, very important, not only in life, but also in this truth, which this truth is our life. And you must develop, increase, grow in this truth. You must prosper. You must become better than what you was the day before, a month before, months before, years before. Okay, it is very important that you develop, increase in this truth, and the only way that's going to happen is if Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi sees fit, and he'll bring various trials, tribulations, humiliation, affliction, chastisement upon you for you to be able to go through certain experiences and also to be humbled and also to seek him, for the answers and to understand why, we go through the things that we go through to have these experiences, to be, again, developed, increased, to grow, to have growth. And as you see and as you notice, just me in particular, how I like to do things when it comes to me having the word of the week, I apply Sirach 32 verses 8 to 9, which is, let your speech be comprehended, short but powerful. And, when you're amongst great men, because, my brothers are great men, they're men that have been doing this work before me. And I don't look at myself as equal to them, and it's something that I see in all those brothers that I can learn from to grow, to apply, in my position in this everyday ministry to be able to do for the next brother. Because not only are we growing for ourselves, we're also helping the next brothers that are coming in after us to grow, that are, beneath us in rank to grow. Okay, so, I don't want to rock this out. That's understandable. Let's go ahead and grab the next precept. And Lord willing, this is edifying. I'm going to keep this short, straight to the point, and, sweet. Okay, and I also always, when I have the word of the week, I'll also always do a lesson when the video gets uploaded by the Ra'ashim. Okay, so let's go to the book of 1 Peter. Salakia, 1 Peter chapter 2, and I'm going to read verse 2. As newborn babes, okay, because we're newborns, we're being indoctrinated by the correct manner and the correct knowledge, wisdom from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi. So our brains are actually being washed from the filth, the contamination, the pollution of this world. Because the customs, the traits, the philosophies, the characteristics, the structure of this world leads our people to death. Because it is formulated for us to continue to disrespect, be disconnected, and rebellious, disobedient towards Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi, because we're a holy people. We have a different standard here in this society, here in the world. Okay? 1 Peter 2 verse 2, as newborn babes desire the sincere milk of the world, of the word, Salakia, that ye may grow thereby. So, as a child, when a child is born, That child can only have milk, and in that milk, it is vitamins, iron, all the minerals that that baby needs to develop, to increase, to be able to graduate towards the meat. So, we have to take baby steps. We have to go through a process to be able to grow into the position of understanding the dark parables, the dark sayings, the prophecies, and also to be put in a position to do what is done for us. Okay, because again, it goes to the men that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai set up to help those men that come in the truth, that are awoken and risen and acknowledge that they're Israelites, those that seek learning. Because again, we're not laboring just for ourselves, we're laboring for also the elect. And the elect has to be fed, the elect has to be taught. And that's why the men has set up, our elder apostles, elder bishops, elders on down, with these experiences, 30, 40 plus years, again, to be able to shed and give that milk and also that meat when the Lord sees fit, sees, it to be acceptable for those brothers. Okay? I hope that's clear for you, but let's go to the next precept. Okay, so that was 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 2. And let's grab Salakia. Let's go to the book of Job, Job chapter 8. Again, I don't want to rock the size edifying. It's very important that we develop, grow, increase in this truth. And, if you're not growing and developing more and more in this truth, that's a problem. As also stated, you're supposed to, as we read the two precepts, and one that comes to mind, Colossians chapter 1, verses 9 to 11, you got to increase in the knowledge and the wisdom. You got to understand what you're involved in. So this is the book of Job, chapter 8, and I'm going to start off at verse 5, and I'm going to read to verse 7. Thou wouldest seek unto the Most High betimes, and make thy supplication to the Almighty. And that's what the remnant is going to do. They're going to seek Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai in every single aspect of life. Because again, this truth is our life, and our life is this truth. And we finally have received the answers that we were desiring to be acknowledged for so long. So we seek the Lord for our resolution for every single thing that is brought upon us. And that's why it also states that the scriptures comfort us, and the scriptures give us hope. The scriptures give us, again, every single answer that we require for every single situation in life. Verse 6, if thou were pure and upright, in which we're being purified, and we attempt to the best of our ability to walk upright daily in this weak, corruptible body, and also in this hellhole where everything is against the blueprint that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai gave the nation of Israel. So we do the best of our ability to accomplish being pure and walking uprightly. Surely now he would awake for thee, and the Lord has awoke for us. You're literally witnessing that Ezekiel 37 right now before your eyes, history in the making. And there's nothing that Esau, Edom, or any of our adversaries, our enemies, can do to contend against that. Okay, because the Lord has reserved a predestinated lot in these last days to condemn, to edify, to warn, to profess the true good news, the true ministry of his mind, him and his son's mind. Okay, and I don't want to rock this out. We are those vessels, those mouthpieces, those seers, those watchmen. If thou were pure and upright, surely now he would awake for thee, and make the habitation of thy righteousness prosperous. See, that's another word for growth. Because when you grow, you prosper, you sprout out like a flower, man. Because it does state in various precepts that the Lord looks at us as plants. And what is a plant supposed to do? Grow. A plant is not supposed to stay on the same level that it comes forth, it springs forth, and it grows more. And that's what we are supposed to do. Okay, we're supposed to prosper, especially in this truth and this knowledge. Okay, verse 7, Job 8, verse 7. Though thy beginning was small, okay, referring back to 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 2, we came in as newborn babes, desiring milk to grow thereby. Okay, because again, that milk, which is the word, it gave us our beginning stages. It gave us all the benefits that we needed, the minerals, the vitamins, the iron, everything to strengthen us up, to have us, graduate towards the meat. Though thy beginning was small, yet thy latter end should greatly increase. Okay, so it's very important that we increase, we develop more, we become more strengthened in our positions. Because again, as you see, as brothers, we're here to help each other grow. Okay, we're here to help each other grow, just like our elder apostles, elder bishops, elders on down help every other brother that came in the truth to grow. Okay, everybody has went through, experiences of trials, tribulation, humiliation, chastisement. Okay, going through the furnace of adversity, so they can, strip off that leaven that is not beneficial and profitable to them, so they can be able to be that new man and cast off that old man and to walk in righteousness, man. Okay. And again, the Lord does all these things. So what does that mean? The Lord gives the increase. Let's grab that. Okay. And again, I don't want to write this out. This is edifying, man. It's a beautiful thing, because when I have the word of the week, I already have my word literally in my mind. When it starts from Elder Monaghan, Ra'ash Monaghan, the head of our camp, I already have my word of the week. And Monaghan is the he's the head of our camp, and I'm down way further. So I have it in my head, but I let the Spirit deal, and the Spirit confirm. Because believe it or not, a brother prior had this word, and the Lord brought it back out again. And I got confirmation speaking to Ra'ash Kasat Salakia. I'm excited. I got confirmation twice. The first time speaking to Kasat Magan, and the second time speaking to the Ra'ash Zionallah. So, and that's how I acknowledge and know which words to bring forth on my word of the week. And that's how I go about it, moving forward. Okay, but this is 1 Corinthians chapter 3, starting off at verse 6. I have planted, Apollos watered, but the Most High gave the increase. Okay, because we must not forget, man's goings are of the Lord, and the Lord controls every living thing. Okay, referring back to Job chapter 12. Okay, the Lord has control of every breathing creature, everything that is created upon the earth, man. So the Lord manifests and controls your destiny. And we take this truth seriously, and we know it's very important that we grow. Because again, like Yahweh Shah said, you take that penny and you invest. 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 7. So then neither is he that planteth anything, neither he that watereth, but the Most High that gaveth the increase. And guess what? The Lord was going to give men the increase by using men, by using his, his seers, his watchmen. He's going to set up men to teach you, to help you prosper and grow, develop, increase. Okay, and that's all the work from the hands of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai to help those men develop. Okay, so when you're praying for understanding on a certain matter or a subject or chapter or a precept, whatever it may be, or a prophecy, the Lord is going to direct you to those men that he has given his 144% truth for you to be able to receive that breakdown. It takes for you to be able to be given that understanding. Okay, point blank period, man. Okay, but let's continue. So it's all love Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, and again, which also goes into what is that? Just had it in my mind. Salakia. Saint John chapter 1 verse 5. It also goes into that. Okay, so we gotta grow. We gotta grow in this truth, man. It's something that is undeniable for us. Okay? So let's grab this next precept. Oh, Salakia. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so this is the book. I'm trying to see, make sure I got the right one. Where is it? I'm looking for it. Bear with me. I'm trying to think of that precept. Salakia. All right, this is Psalms 92, verse 12. The righteous shall flourish. Okay, the righteous shall flourish like the palm tree. He shall grow like a cedar in Lebanon. Okay, do you hear that? Psalms 92, verse 12. The righteous shall flourish. Now, what does that word flourish for you? Let's look up that word flourish real quick. Because this goes into the edification too. Flourish, because that's what we do. We flourish in this truth. Okay, flourish.
Flourish.
Okay, it says grow or develop in a healthy, grow or develop in a healthy way, especially as the result of a particularly favorable environment. So this environment, this gospel, this ministry is favorable to us. This is our first love. Coming back to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? Point blank period. And we also, as it says in the second definition, we also do this. Around to attract the attention of others. So we attract the attention of who? The elect. Because that's the only ones that's going to be able to resonate and connect with this gospel, this good news, this word, man. So again, that word flourish. It says grow or develop in a healthy way, especially as the result of a particularly favorable event. So again, Psalms 92 verse 12, the righteous shall flourish, develop, as we just read, develop in a healthy way, especially result in a favorable event. So like environment. Like the palm tree, he shall grow like a cedar in Lebanon. So again, it's a part of our lot to grow, to prosper, to flourish, to develop, to increase. And if you're not doing that, that's a problem, man. Your mindset has to be changed. You can't come in this truth with a nigga mentality. You can't come in this truth with a boss bitch. I'm the prize. Liberated mindset. Nah, you gotta be sincere. You have to have humility. You have to have fear. You have to, be obedient to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. And again, the Lord has also applied that task to his men. We're not only, I'm going to keep on saying it, we're not only here to labor for ourselves, but also for those that seek learning. And, just like this third temple is being established, you have Yahweh Shai as that cornerstone, and you have the 12 disciples, you have King David, and also, too, the 144,000 that's building up that third temple. So those brothers that come, after the elder apostles, elder bishops, elders on down, that's been doing it, that's been in this truth 40, 30, 20, 15 years, those new brothers coming in is being held up and propped up and led and given growth, being told the experiences by the brothers that were set up before them. So we're responsible to help our brothers develop, to help our brothers grow. We are our brother's keeper. Okay, you know, as you know, a lot of brothers say, we the big bros. You know, sounding like my beloved brother Zionala. We the big bros. Okay, this is Luke 22, verse 31 to 32. And Yahushua said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan have desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat. But I have prayed for thee. And that's something that we do. We pray for one another. And, you know, I'm not trying to sound over righteous or to put a spotlight on myself or anything like that, but I pray for my brothers and also for the hopeful elect every day. You know, because again, it's not just about me. It's about us. It's about the temple. It's about the body. It's about the lively stones. Every part of the body is important. Every part of the body has a function, and we can't operate without it. All right. Luke 22, verse 32. But I have prayed for thee that thy faith fail not. And when thou art converted, so when we're converted, we're brought in the truth, and you know, we're given the sincere milk, and we develop from the milk, and then we go on to the meat, and we have more experience, we have more chastisement from the Lord to strip those layers of leaven, you know, to be able to develop and grow and to have more understanding in our lot. Okay, what do we do next for those that come after us? Strengthen thy brethren. So help our brothers grow. Help our brothers prosper. Okay, we have experiences that we go through. We might see something that the brother's going through, and we will be able to tell them how to resolve that matter and to execute that situation. And amongst other things too, man. But we also are our brother's keeper, man. So, you know, I'm going to leave it right there, man. I don't want to write this out, man. I hope and I pray that this was edifying, uplifting, and informative to the true sincere Akim wa Akwaf. And again, this was my word of the week, which is this week until Saturday when the new word comes out, which is grow or growth. I don't want to write this out until the next one. So with that, I'm just going to say, Shalom.